So it's been about a week since I've been 25, as you guys know. As the time of this video, depending on how it goes up, it's been about a week, and you know, it's kind of a little early to be like, you know, how do I feel? Because every birthday is always like, how do you feel? I'm like, well, I felt the same how I felt yesterday. Like, you gotta go through experiences in life in order to kind of to kind of answer that kind of question, you know. Like, it's like if you turn 15 to 16, I mean, there's not much of a difference. I mean, you just keep getting older and you keep kind of gaining more knowledge, you keep gaining more experiences about life. So that's kind of how I'm feeling right now in my 20s. But, you know, this is the age where, you know, supposedly your frontal lobe is developed. So, you know, you kind of are more hyper aware about certain things in life. You know, you kind of are more conscious about life decisions, and, you know, you kind of have a third eye, essentially. And you know, you're a lot more, again, like I said, hyper aware of just like your surroundings and just like the people that you choose to keep in your life. Because, you know, younger, you're kind of more like, all right, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like, I'm just a boy, I'm just a girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, as a grown man, it's like, okay, you're more like, very much like, you have an idea what you're doing now. Like, this is no excuse like, I was young and dumb, like, nigga, you're old and you need to be more wise type shit, you feel me? So I figured to just make this video to kind of like give you guys like what I've learned when I was 24, and kind of what I want to happen in my life as I'm approaching 25. Like, I'm already 25. What will happen in my life, or what I want to happen in my life being 25. So I wrote down a couple of notes, because I kind of tend to be a little bit more of a motor mouth, and I tend to kind of yap throughout these videos. So I kind of wanted to give a little bit of structure to this video, as well as some things that I wanted to address as far as the future of this channel, because I know a lot of people found me through the Kendrick Lamar video, and then we're figuring, all right, so what is he gonna do now? So, all right, but I'm gonna address all that a little bit later if you kind of, you know, go through the video. But first thing I want to address, just protecting your peace. I feel like with 24, I feel like there was a lot of times where my peace was disturbed, and I allowed people to disturb my peace, whether it was like a fling, or whether it was like a friend that I met through like a social gathering or whatever. And I thought, you know, things were just going very well for the most part. You know, we were chatting it up, just chopping it up. You know, I thought things were good. And then they kept on bringing a lot of their negative energy, a lot of their negative aura around me. And I'm the type of person where I'm always willing to help somebody, but if it's a detriment, and if it's a nuisance, and it becomes a burden for me to where I can't even help you with your own problems, then it becomes a problem. And I feel like sometimes people get too evasive in people's lives, that they don't understand the effects that they're, you know, having not only on themselves, but the people around them. And it's like, everyone has their, you know, their days, but, you know, to continuously keep talking about it and continuously keep pondering about it, eventually you're gonna just, you know, become miserable. You're gonna just become very much worn out, and people are not gonna be wanting to be around you because you're draining. So I feel like protecting my peace was very much integral to like me being 24. I was the type of person where I'm a people pleaser, so I didn't want to say no, but like I feel like I should have said no in certain situations, so that way I could protect my peace. Things that just don't serve me, that's another thing. I was in a lot of, I wouldn't say toxic, but more unhealthy, in a lot of relationships that just were very boring, that didn't really move the needle for me. At like in your mid-20s and your early 20s, like, you know, you start trying to like identify who you are to, you know, not only yourself but just other people. And I feel like sometimes certain conversations are hella boring. Like, they don't engage me, they don't, you know, cause me to think. And I feel like if you're gonna have people in your life, like, you have to have some type of value, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't be in my life just to be in my life. Like, you know, we're either exchanging stuff, we're either sharing knowledge, we're either having engageful conversations, we're doing something has to happen. You're just not gonna be in my life just for aesthetic, and then you kind of, you know, after a while, when you're just kind of tired of being in the house, you're just gonna leave. Like, no, you have to have some type of value to be in my life. And I feel like I was having a lot of waste, and just a lot of people that were just here for the ride, and we're here for the long haul, and not really here because they have my best interests at heart. Making your own magic. I think in your 20s, it's really hard to find your own magic and find your own peace and find your own thing that you are very good at. You're still in college, so, you know, you don't really make time for yourself. You're usually making time for your studies, or for people around you, or just, you know, just to fulfill responsibilities. You have a lot of external responsibilities and accountabilities that you have to, you know, abide by, like, you know, almost every single day, but you don't ever take time to really, you know, figure out what your own magic is, what your passions are, what your interests are, what gets you going in early in the morning besides having to pay the bills and go to work and clock in and having to, you know, finish this assignment so you can, like, you know, graduate. Like, what makes you you? What is your own magic? Like, you know, whether it's journaling, whether it's, you know, thrifting, whether it's running, or whether it's, you know, playing video games, watching anime, whether it's, I don't know, just a board game or a card game or chess or whatever. It's something that stimulates your mind, something that, you know, that you want to, you know, explore in life, whether it's traveling or whether it's, you know, making music or just being a creative in general, like designing stuff, making your own magic at, you know, at my age, whether I'm just, you know, going to concerts or I'm in the library every single day and I'm just journaling and I'm just figuring out things that I want to do for myself. That's so important to figure out at such a young age, because it's going to kind of be the blueprint for what you're going to do for the rest of your life. You know, if you just kind of wake up and you're just like, all right, time to clock in, that's your life right there. So it's really important to figure out things that you love to do, so those things can kind of keep you whole, and obviously you can kind of evolve from those things and actually, I don't know, make a career out of it, or actually make something that is worth value to yourself. Being consistent and being consistent with yourself and God is so important. There's so many times I kind of fell off from, you know, what God wanted me to do. I fell off from so many things that I needed to do, whether it's job hunting or making music or working out or, you know, thrifting or just things that I just genuinely just love to do. There was a time that had a falling out for me, or even doing graphic designs. There were times I just didn't even want to do it anymore. And there were times I stopped doing Bible study. I stopped praying every single day. I stopped praying on, like, in my meals and stuff. There was just times I just neglected all of my interests for a while. And, you know, I felt really terrible that I was doing that to myself, because I love the things that I do. And I think there was just a, you know, a crippling seasonal depression that was happening in my life that caused those things to not really, you know, I guess be a daily thing for me. So I had to figure out to try to be a little more consistent with God, whether it is praying, because praying doesn't take that much. And even, you know, and also too, I was burning myself out from doing the same thing every day, like reading, journaling, and sketching, and doing the other things I was doing. I needed to just tackle one thing at a time, because, you know, there's only 24 hours in the day, and you don't have all day to do everything that you want. That's why we make schedules. That's why we kind of like figure things out, just like with, you know, how we consume content. I'm pretty sure if you watch like 10 videos and like maybe like 5 movies a day, bro, like your brain's gonna be fried, because there's so much information you're processing all at once that like your brain is not gonna be able to keep up with everything. So you have to kind of break things down in order to kind of, you know, be able to feed your mental, like your mental psyche. You know what I'm saying? Don't letting the negativity overshadow your self-worth. As an overthinker, this happens to me a lot. I overthink a lot. I really, sometimes if I really did something wrong, I'm just gonna be pondering about it and I'm not gonna get nothing done for the rest of the day. And that should not be the case. Like, definitely, like, it's something to think about. It's something to reflect, and it's definitely a food for thought moment, but it's not something that you should be like, oh man, like this is the end of the world, bro. I'm not even gonna, like, you know, I can't accomplish anything anymore. And that moment that you're pondering now, it's not going to be your forever. That's going to be temporary. And that's honestly too, that's really what these days of 2024 kind of consist of. I felt like I was going through the same day every day, just doing the same thing. But I realized when I was putting in the work, getting 1,000 subscribers and, you know, building my fan base and building my audience, being on TikTok or Instagram or Twitter and just communicating with people, like, I figured, like, bro, like, I can make something out of this, you know? Like, I got monetized and I got, you know, YouTube partner not too long, like, last year. And I got to, you know, do a lot of cool things that I never even got to be able to do, which is like reading, which I don't read that often. So it's really cool to venture out. So even when you think like it's the end and you think, you know, it's not gonna, like, it's always great to just start over and do a refresh and do a detox, because you know, something will come from what you're doing right now, and something will come from, you know, how you're, you know, choosing to live your life. An opportunity will come. And I think the last thing I have to know about, like, you know, learning about being 24 is appreciate my friends more. A lot of my friends got me to a lot of concerts, which was either the Lucky concert, the Childish Gambino concert, Pink Pantherist, you know, Tyler the Creator, whatever the case may be, or even just like helping me like figuring out like what I want to, you know, how I should go about spending my money, or like you give me opportunities to where I can make money. I just appreciate a lot of my friends for, you know, putting me on the videos, or like sending memes, or like things that I could potentially just be doing more with my life because they see the potential in me. So appreciating your friends and saying thank you, and just, you know, actually just every once in a while just giving them their flowers, it's very integral, very, very integral. Because, you know, when you get older, it's very hard to maintain friendships because of work and school and whatever your friends are doing. So it's always great to just be like, yo, I appreciate you, bro. Or I appreciate you, fam. Just giving your friend a hug, or just, you know, calling them up every once in a while, just seeing how they're doing. I think you owe that to them, especially if you're the type of person where, you know, you're kind of more of a low maintenance friend. It's always good to just like say, yo, thank you to a friend, because like they don't have to do the things that they do for you. But, you know, if you are living a blessed life and you're trying to lead a life full of righteousness, I think you will be blessed in you know, tenfold. I know I made a lot of mistakes last year, and sometimes I don't feel like I deserve the accolades and the accomplishments and the friends and the love that I got. But on the day of my birthday, it was fantastic. Like, I got like over 300 messages, like, and I felt like, you know, for a while I didn't think I had that type of reach or those type of friends that wanted to celebrate me. But inviting people, having people to come over to see if it, you know, everything was all right, calling me, saying how much they're proud of me. It's friends and people that you communicate with, maybe not a daily basis, but every other day, they go a long way. That stuff goes a long way. And the things that I look forward to now that I'm reaching 25, not a lot, because some of the stuff is kind of none of y'all business type beat, but there are a few things. I'll say one of them. One is obviously making new music. I want to make more music. I want to continuously, you know, keep pushing myself, whether I'm, you know, doing, you know, performances or music videos, or just, you know, doing anything creative. Like, I just kind of want to just see where I can go. Just doing more collaborations, obviously, you know, networking, moving out at some point, you know, traveling, making money, obviously, too. And, you know, just be more patient with myself, because I tend to be very hard and impatient with myself. So I feel like this year is the year where I really want to start being more patient with God and being more patient with how I tend to react to things and situations of that nature. So that's kind of like what this year is for me, and what I want to do as far as like progressing and how I want the year to go. Again, there's a lot of plans and a lot of ideas and a lot of, you know, projects I can't talk about right now, only in the near future. So if the channel does get a little, and that actually leads me to my next point of the future of this channel. I understand I don't upload all that much, and to be fair, I'm not going to promise anything to anybody anymore. I upload on my own time whenever I need to, or whenever I feel like it. I don't have a whole list of things that I genuinely love to do. Like, I know I wanted to do vlogs, and I could have made vlogs, because, you know, at the time I had at 11 and my storage was not the best. It was not the best. I was like at 64 gigs, and every time I would make a video, my phone would freeze, things would go out of control, and I would really get frustrated, and it discouraged me from making videos for a while. But now that I have an iPhone 16, I can actually, you know, make some actually quality stuff. You know, I have a good camera, I have, you know, I can play around with some good apps, and it'll be a lot faster to have things uploaded now than I did like maybe a few years ago. That's why you guys didn't see a lot of uploads that much for me. So I had to condense those videos to 3 to 4 minutes instead of like 2 like 20-minute long ones. So I really am glad that like I have a new phone that I can just do a lot of stuff in. I don't expect too much. The only thing I really want to do with this channel, now that I have good subscribers, is that I want to convert this channel into like obviously my own music channel, because I want to find my own identity. With just doing fan art all the time, I feel like sometimes you kind of lose a little bit of your identity, and you just become like, oh, just a fan of that artist or that person. Like, as much as I love Tyler and I love Kendrick, after a certain while, it's like I don't want to always just be a fan of that artist. Like, I want to, you know, venture off and do my own thing, because, you know, I think, you know, people deserve to know who I am, and not be the Earl Sweatshirt fan, or the Tyler the Creator fan, or the Kendrick Lamar fan, or the hip hop fan. You know, I want to be a fan of me, and that's actually around my Spotify raps why I played a lot of my music, because I'm a fan of myself. You know, so maybe you might get vlogs, maybe you might get commentaries. I think I might do more commentaries, because I actually like doing commentaries, and you guys tend to like those commentary videos, so I might do more commentaries. Who knows what that will, you know, look like, but I'm going to do more commentary videos. I think commentary videos are more my style, more my MO. So I if you guys like those videos and it seems like the algorithm likes those videos, I might do more of those videos. Who knows? And maybe even some thrift videos, because I plan on going to the thrift store more once I get my money up and just seeing, you know, what pieces I got, what stuff I can combine with the closet I got. I don't have a lot, and I'm not like the craziest fashion guy in the world, but I'm trying to get there, man. You know, I'm trying to really pop out and, like, you know, just really show the world that, like, you know, I can really, you know, do this fashion shit if I can pop out if I really wanted to. But that's all I really wanted to say, y'all. I mean, you know, 24 was a year. You know, I feel like I accomplished a lot last year. Grateful for the videos that I got and all the views that I got and all the comments that I got from that Kendrick video and other videos that I've made and I've produced on this channel, whether it's like my serenade video or the other videos that I've talked about on this channel. I appreciate y'all just staying by and just being here for me. 2025 has been a weird year with like the California fires and TikTok being banned and now obviously being unbanned for some reason. Like, it's so much stuff, but I feel like my personal life, I've been good. I've just been trying to read and just trying to lock in with myself and find my own worth in my own life. Now that I am older, this is like a certain level of, like, you know, I guess awareness. Like I said, I think it's that frontal lobe. You start thinking about things more and you start to really, you know, develop your own morals and your own compass of how you view things and how you view the world. So I want to do that more. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. If you guys have been watching since I was 18, 19 years old, I appreciate you. We're gonna see how this new era of Jovan looks like, and I'll try to be more consistent on this channel. I'm gonna try, because now that I have a good phone, I can actually make some quality videos. So yeah, I appreciate you guys, all the likes, all the love that I've been getting on my videos. Genuinely, I see all the comments all the time. If you guys want to get more, you know, tune with me, follow me on my Instagram, my Twitter, and now since TikTok is back, you can follow me on my TikTok as well too. I love you guys so much. Thank you for the love last year, and let's just see how 2025 is gonna look. So yeah, that's me, 25 now, you know, and we're gonna see how the future of this channel looks. So yeah, appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys next time.